let's go.
Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to create a JYP equivalent to Got the Beat. This video was inspired by Louisa, so make sure to check their video out. Instead of focusing on the type of music that they will make, I wanted to create an equivalent based on each idol's role within Got the Beat. Because of this, I have two rules that I've set myself. The first one being that I only look at each SM idol based on what they gave to Got the Beat. So despite most of them having main or lead roles within their original groups, I decided to focus on certain roles based on what felt more like their killing parts. The second rule was that I followed the same format in terms of members. Coincidentally, JYP and SM have produced an equivalent group with Boa and the other soloists within JYP, Girls' Generation and Wonder Girls, FX and Miss A, Red Velvet and Twice, and finally aespa and ITZY and NMIXX. So I will follow the same amount of members for each group and apply them to JYP's Got the Beat. That means, unfortunately, because they excluded FX, I would then have to exclude Miss A. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So for Boa, her role was a vocalist and dancer. The main thing that I took away from her role within Got the Beat was her sunbae status and being a notable all-rounder. JYP isn't really known for this female soloist, so from the few soloists within JYP, I would say the best person to represent Boa would be Taeyeon. Despite having released her solo recently, she's pretty sunbae within JYP and also a known face of JYP considering her center role within Twice. Within Got the Beat, Boa's noticeable roles were her vocals, which she had the most lines, as well as being a dancer considering her dance break with Hyoyeon and Seulgi. Taeyeon would fit these well as she generally has a lot of lines in Twice's music, as well as her lead dance role within Twice would help her if she were to completely take Boa's positions. For Taeyeon, her role within Got the Beat was a leader and a vocalist. A noticeable part within the song is when she bouts a high note, and thus this person should be vocally capable. For this, I have chosen Hyoyeon, now known as Heartfelt. Perfectly fitting both leader and main vocalist of Wonder Girls, I believe she would have the experience to take Taeyeon's position. Once again, whether it'll sound the same is a different story, but she has capabilities to at least make it her own. For Hyoyeon, her role was the rapper and dancer for Got the Beat. I would say that the same thing applies with Hyoyeon like Taeyeon, where we have Hyuna who played both rapper and dancer for Wonder Girls. Despite her short time within Wonder Girls, she was still in Wonder Girls, and so I would count her as a good representative to recast JYP's Hyoyeon of Got the Beat. Given her experience within her groups and solo adventures, her experience shows her ability to rap on a Hyoyeon level while also being part of that dance break that Boa and Seulgi took part in. Next, we have Seulgi, who was probably the hardest to find a representative equivalent in JYP. The JYP equivalent had to be a good dancer considering Seulgi being part of the dance break. As well as that, vocally she had to be alright, but with some oomph to her vocals. My first thought was Taeyeon because of her vocal and dance abilities, but I had already put her down for Boa. My second thought is Mina. The reason why I chose her was because then Got the Beat, Seulgi was more known for her dance break, and that was what I considered her killing part. And because of this, I focused on Twice members that were good at dancing. So from that, we had Momo and Mina as the notable dancers of Twice. And based on her second quality of vocals, I thought that Mina was better than Momo at vocals. And because of that, I feel like Mina would be able to take up Seulgi's role. Wendy only had vocal standout moments, but Got the Beat's concept definitely strayed away from the Red Velvet vibe, and so her moment was impressive, and so I thought that the idol that was the JYP equivalent had to have charisma. For Wendy, that was a no-brainer of Jihyo. Jihyo is known for her stage presence and thus has shown time and time again her ability to capture the audience with her performance. As well as that, vocally, she is pretty up there, and as a result, I could see Jihyo nail Wendy's part. You must step back out there, The aespa representative was a bit hard because JYP debuted 2 girl groups, and so we had more people to consider. For Karina's case, she had to be able to rap and have decent vocals. Because of this, I had Yeji and Kyujin in mind. Both had been standouts within their groups for being aces, and thus it was hard to choose, but Yeji stood out more. The reason Yeji was chosen over Kyujin was just because Kyujin was heavily pushed within Dice era, and so it almost felt forced. ITZY have had many different comebacks with different members having their own eras. However, Yeji has always been consistent, and there have always been talks about her being amazing and notable. For Winter, 2 things stood out within her role in Got the Beat. First was her fan cam that racked in views to become the most viewed 4th gen female fan cam. And secondly was her vocal parts, which often followed or copied the same lines that Boa was given. Because of this, I think Seulgi would be able to take up Winter's parts. Her visuals made her a standout during NMIX's debut era, and also helped her rack in a lot of views within her fan cams. As well as that, she is vocally up there and could match the members in the sense of following up Boa. Obviously, these might be my opinions of who could represent Got the Beat as JYP's equivalent, but these representatives might not actually work. For example, Mina's vocals are very soft, whereas Seulgi is more powerful and can have that aggression during the lead up to the chorus. Also, I focused on different things with different people, and so they may not necessarily be able to do things in a similar manner, like Hyoyeon with her almost cursive-like voice, whereas Taeyeon has more power that makes Got the Beat so strong. These are just who I think would fit based on the criteria I laid out. And that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Please let me know of anything you might want me to talk about. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.